Approximately 1 in 20 U.S. children enter the foster care system at some point in their childhoods. Those who do have a higher risk of living in poverty and are less likely to enroll in and complete college than the general population. Previous studies have shown that youth who left foster care at age 18 encounter barriers which put them at risk for homelessness, lower academic achievement, and incarceration. Youth aging out of foster care system have little to no support to assist them, which decrease their likelihood of successful transitions into adulthood. As a result of the number of youth aging out of foster care without legal permanency, President George Bush signed into law the Fostering Connections to Success and Increasing Adoptions Act of 2008. Since 2012, extended foster care, also known as AB 12, was passed by the state of California. Since 2012, youth aging out at 18 have been given the eligibility to extend foster care until age 24. The Independent Living Program, or ILP for short, was created to increase positive outcomes for foster youth by preparing them to transition into self-sufficient adults. Joining us today to discuss the ILP is social worker Christina Chaparro. Welcome, Christina. Thank you for joining us.
Thank you for having me. I'm super excited to be here talking to you about the ILP program. It's one of the things that I'm passionate about.
Fantastic. So can you give more information about the Independent Living Program?
Okay, so the ILP program is a program that's designed to guide and teach our foster youth independent living skills. We have a series of workshops throughout the year, ranging from basic living skills, teaching them how to manage their household, manage themselves, meal prepping, shopping for groceries. You'd be surprised how many of these kids don't really know how to shop for themselves. We teach them how to apply for jobs, interview for jobs, and even dressing for success when they go for those job interviews, as well as teaching them how to open a bank account, balancing their checkbooks, because one of the things that we do is we give them incentives, and we want to teach them how to save that money and then, how to manage it. We also promote education, having good self-esteem, safe and healthy living, just to name a few. Our goal is to get our foster youth ready to become well-adjusted, healthy, independent adults, young adults, and how to live on their own once they leave the foster care system.
And that's so important. So who qualifies for ILP services?
Anyone that's been in any of our previous or former foster youth, age 14 to 24, they're eligible to participate in our program, and they remain eligible for the ILP services until they're 24. Some of the things that, as an example, we have foster youth or previous foster youth that have already successfully reunified with their families, but now want to participate in our services. They qualify. We have children that are aging out of our system that are in permanent placement that are now 18 going into a young adulthood, that are leaving foster care, need housing, need to know what they're going to do with their lives, and it's scary, so we help them do that. We also have youth that have completely left foster care, have chose not to participate in services, but before they turn 24, realize that they still need some help, so they come back to us. Yeah, it's a really good program. Another example is a teen that goes into non-minor dependency. When a teen has been removed from their home and placed into foster care at age 14, then later exits the foster care for successful reunification with their biological parents. Even though their CWS case has been closed, they're still eligible. They're eligible all the way up until age 24. Those youth that are 18 and over are really the ones that we're targeting, because when they leave foster care system, they are statistically at a higher risk of becoming homeless and going to prison. This is due to the lack of family support, and that's kind of what we're trying to teach them and kind of trying to give them also, because we are a family in ILP, and so we're trying to instill that family support in them. We also include teens on probation and youth from the Valley Teen Ranch, which is a transitional living home for at-risk teenage youth.
So what kind of services do you provide?
Our core services include mentoring, education, vocational training, career guidance, money management. Besides that, there's so much more. For a full list of services, you can go to the Madera County Social Services website. These are offered in weekly workshops at DSS. If they need transportation, we provide those services to anyone that needs a ride. We also award cash incentives, which the kids love. For any of the youth that complete the workshops, cash incentives are not limited to completing the workshops. We also give them for good grades. When we have kids that are graduating, we also give them incentives for good grades and graduation.
Fantastic. So what kind of direct supports does ILP provide?
Well, in addition to the cash incentives for school, we also provide resources such as books, expenses for graduates such as senior year pictures, grad night, cap and gown, prom night, as well as $500. So when they graduate, every child that graduates through our program gets $500 cash incentives, which they love. They also, when they get a job or they need clothes for interviewing, we provide that, as well as transportation and other assistance. We also provide transitional housing for our youth that leave foster care, that are working, still participating in services. In addition to transitional housing, we provide them with stuff they need for the house, like dishes. Sometimes if we could find like couches or different things that they need, depending on what it is, we're able to help them out.
And is there a referral process?
There is a referral process. The CWS social worker will need to fill out the MAD form with the youth and have the youth sign it, indicating that they want to participate. Next, the social worker will complete a transitional independent living plan, also known as a TILP, that indicates the youth's goal. The TILP needs to be written in the teen's handwriting. Then the social worker will email the MAD form and the TILP along to DSSILP@maderacounty.com. After I receive the referral, I'll contact the teen and inform them of the benefits and the services that ILP program has to offer, and invite them to see if they want to participate in the weekly workshops. I'll complete the Ansel Casey Life Skills Assessment. That is an online tool that assesses the skills youth needs for their well-being, confidence, and safety as they navigate school, employment, and other life milestones. Then I'll work with them as they participate in the program.
Where can staff go for more information?
Staff can contact me through our email at DSSILP@maderacounty.com.
So I understand that there was an ILP event recently. Can you tell us about it?
Oh, we've had a couple. I'm very excited. This was not our first graduation party, but the first graduation party that on this scale that I participated in. We even recognized our 8th graders going into high school because we're trying to garner that enthusiasm for them to see what's to come if they continue participating, doing well in school. After that, in July, we had our ILP bash. I think this was our 2nd annual ILP bash. The kids love it. We did so much with them and for them. They're already talking about this next year's coming up.
So you've seen these kids and young adults participate in all these events and different workshops. How is this program influencing their lives?
Well, number one, it's creating positive influences in these youth. Sometimes I think that they're really looking for something positive to look forward to. This is positive reinforcement for them learning, participating, and I recently did a survey with the kids asking them what kind of trainings they wanted to have, what kind of workshops. One of the girls was asking me to have the military come in. She is already in college, she's in the nursing program, but she wants to go into the military and create a career out of that in the medical field in the military. So when we brought in the Navy and the Air Force, she's already talked to the recruiters. She's very excited. And we got a couple of other ones that are already thinking about that too.
That is fantastic. Well, thank you, Christina, for joining us today and sharing information about the Independent Living Program.
Thank you. Thank you for having me. I really enjoyed being here.
That concludes this episode of Inside Track. If you have any questions about today's episode, or if you have suggestions for future episodes, you can direct those to the DSS Media Studio mailbox. Tune in next month for another episode of Inside Track. For the DSS Media team, I'm Ashley Monk. Thank you for watching.